Hey guys, Auspicious'Aussie here, and welcome to episode 52 of the Road to Glory here with Kyler Adams. Now, today's episode, I think we have a few more shows to book. Yeah, so we got Venganza up first, and then I think we have one more TV show after that, and then we will be getting into the end of year role, which I'm super looking forward to. Again, we're sort of hoping for some star quality. Anyway, we left the last episode off finally getting the 66 C+ popularity in West Central Mexico, and we also got up to 52 in both Northern and Southeastern. We're literally 1 point away from a C- in both of those regions, which is pretty cool to see. In terms of the roster, we also looked at a lot of popularity. We also brought in some new wrestlers. We brought in well, I'll try and go over all of them. Island Boy Apollo, Kid I'm going to go with San Juan. And they're the Puerto Rican boys. So we got a new face tag team into the company. We also brought in Blue Phantom, who is pretty decent. I'm gonna be pushing him pretty hard in the future. And I'm trying to think of who else was actually brought in. I think we actually brought in Ernest Youngman. And alongside him, we also brought in Scythe. I'm pretty sure that was in the last episode, but I might be mistaken. So two really familiar faces coming in there. Alright, so with that being said, let's advance forward. We got Venganza. So a big pay-per-view, really looking forward to it. We pretty much have all of our matches pre-booked on it as well. Oh, we got Greg Black. His contract's running out. US Pro gonna give him 13,000 per month. I mean, is he actually worth that? I mean, I suppose he is. They've actually got good popularity or good coverage in Europe. And I guess they just got coverage in Japan as well. Interesting. Anyway, it doesn't really matter too much. Alright, so Senmatsu, a guy we had formerly with Summit Wrestling, as you can see there. He's picked up an injury, so that's not great for his career. We are also going to be signing Mystico to a written deal. He's really improved. Him along with Hurricane, they've kind of stepped it up. A lot to do with their mentor, Tricolor. He's been helping them out pretty well with the psychology. So yeah, we gave both of them new deals. Ooh, interesting. I mean, this would have been a good job early on, but Sean Quatermain stepping down as the APW booker, and APW probably my favorite Australian company to book with. Yeah, it would have been pretty interesting. They're regional. They're actually looking pretty good. I'm assuming they have a broadcaster. We go to schedule here. Yeah, so they're on Australia Options, which is a pay-per-view broadcaster. So all of their events are on pay-per-view, hence the popularity increase there. And we have some enemies. We've got Steve Dougal and Mobstar, which is very strange. Of course, Steve, you know, he was a bit of a not a prospect. He was both, I guess, a prospect and sort of my project for an announcer. A little bit sad to see two of our former guys. Well, I mean, Mobster's a current guy as well, but to see them hating each other, it's a little bit sad. Anyway, Let me know your predictions down below in a comment. What number you think we are going to roll. Like I said, I'm looking forward to hopefully rolling either a size increase or just an add-on for star quality. Alright, so let's set up our pay-per-view carrier, Celestion, Mexico. And we have some incidents. But one is a happy incident, where Island Boy Apollo lifted the locker room as he provided a free crate of drinks for everybody. And then we also have Cosmic Rider lifting the locker room when he created a silly game for everyone to play. So both of those positive incidents increasing our backstage rating up to 92%. We can also do a rib here as well, so let's rib Felipe, and unfortunately nothing doing there. We're expecting 13,500 fans for Venganza. That's pretty crazy. So generic venue, West Central Mexico. And let's start our pre-booking. Now the real question is, should I leave the title winner blank? Or should I give Silver Tiger the title for staying? I kind of want to do that, and I think that's what we're going to do. So Silver Tiger, going to win the title. We're going to give it 25 minutes. Hopefully that doesn't ruin the match rating. Up next, we're going to go sort of a former rivalry between these two. We set it up in the previous TV show, and we are indeed going to have El Mítico pick up the victory over long-term rival Ernest Youngman. Up next, we got the pay-per-view debut for Blue Phantom, going up against Felipe Caballero. And I think we're actually going to give Felipe the tainted victory here with a Seth Whitehead interference. So it's going to be tainted interference on Blue Phantom by Seth Whitehead. And basically this is going to continue this sort of storyline going forward into 2019. And it's going to be outside interference finish. There we go. We then need Kyler's match taking on Austin Smooth. And yeah, believe it or not, we're actually going to have Austin go over clean. I think. Is that what I want to do? His popularity is so low, and it's because of his star quality. If we could increase him in size and get his star quality up a bit, he would become a main eventer. It's literally the only thing that's holding him back. And I'm not sure if I want... I don't know. I guess I'm going to keep Kyler strong. I think I have to. Anyway, so call in ring, slow build. It's not going to be decisive. It's not going to be tainted either. But let's keep Kyler strong. And it is going to be for the Mexico title. So Kyler losing his title. A little bit sad, but at the same time, you know, Kyler's destined for much greater things. Okay, up next we need the women's title match as well. So Lauren Easter taking on Queen Amazon. We'll give it 13. We'll give it a healthy match length. And we're going to leave it blank as well. I think they can call. Yeah. Amazon can just call the match. So there we go. There's the women's title match in there as well. And that's pretty much everything pre-booked. Now, we're going to have a triple threat trios match. And included in it is obviously the champions, Evil Inc., So we need to chuck in Samael along with Absolute Power. Then we need the Eternal Kings along with Angel of Mercy. And then finally, I guess we could go the Juggernauts because they are kind of our third stable in the company. But I'm thinking we might go with something a bit different. Maybe, yeah, let's go the Puerto Rican boys. And they can be joined by... I don't know who they can be joined by. I guess a face kind of makes the most sense. Maybe, yeah, Boom Boom. That actually makes a lot of sense. We could actually put them in a stable together. Maybe the Caribbean connection. You know, the Puerto Rican boys. Puerto Rico is in Central America. Would you class Puerto Rico as the Caribbean? Probably not. But it is Central America. I don't know. I think it's a pretty cool name for a stable. The Caribbean connection. I might go with it anyway. We'll see. Anyway, I actually like the look of that match. And I kind of want it to go for 20 minutes. Just to see what it's exactly made of. Now, we are going to set winners in this one. Because it is going to, again, follow a bit of a storyline. And we're going to have Samael pick up the victory. The loser is going to be Marcos Flores. However, can we call it? I don't think. Let's script it. Slow build, tainted. And then we're going to have another interference on Flores. And that is going to be the debut of... if I can find him. Scythe. So Scythe is going to debut. Also going to cost Marcos Flores the Trios title match. And you can probably see where that one's going. Flores is going to go into a bit of a storyline. Well, there's already a storyline going with Evil Incorporated and Heroes. And this is just going to basically set up a pay-per-view match between Flores and Scythe. Alright, so he's complaining anyway, so we'll keep him strong. That's fine. Still unhappy. Okay, interesting. We will we'll protect him as well, I guess. I really want him to be the loser. Okay. Alright, I'm going to get rid of Tainted. Because we need to protect him, otherwise he's going to be upset. So, there we go. That's fine. This match can be storytelling. I do kind of hope that Lauren Easter wins it. What else do we need to do? So, we need the match between Cosmic Rider and Phoenix 3 as well. And, of course, the victor of this match, I might actually only give it 12. The victor of this match is actually going to be Phoenix 3. And it's going to be decisive, and I think we are going to have a turn. Actually, we'll have a turn after the match. And we'll also keep Cosmic Rider strong as well. As he's a little bit upset. That can also be our high spots match. I believe. Can it? Maybe not. Well, in that case, we'll do a different high spots match on the pre-show. And we're actually going to have Phoenix take on Dragon Americano. That's pretty good. We'll give it 12. Dragon Americano to get the victory. High spots, open, script. Actually called. Decisive there. On the pre-show. Go a women's tag. Let's go with girls we haven't used in a little while. So Hellcat and, Francisca to take on Pinky and Velvet. And let's give Hellcat the victory. Be a nice little tainted victory. Hellcat cheating to win. And finally, we'll go a trios with the Juggernauts. And they can take on Tricolor, Hurricane, and Amazing Firefly there as well. Give the victory to Tricolor. Again on the pre-show. And I'm actually going to do one more pre-show match as well, just to get even more people on the card. Let's go... What heels do we have left? We do have Scythe, so let's go Scythe and Hush to take on North Star Jr. and Yellow Flash. Oh, actually, let's go Estrangero. Yeah. Beautiful. All right. Still need to do our angles. But, I mean, looking at the pay-per-view, it's looking pretty stacked, especially singles matches. I think we can call, so there we go. Yeah, you don't really want to mess with Scythe. And I think Estrangero understands that pretty well. Alright, so let me just save that real quick, and we'll do our angles. So let's go Silver Tiger. Nice and easy. Then we want to go with... We're going to go with Austin. Before the match, and he's basically saying that tonight is his opportunity. Tyler's probably one of the most successful guys to come in. And Austin basically says that he is trying to follow in his footsteps. You know, they're both young. Kyler's come up, basically broken into a star and is now a main eventer. And he held the Mexico title. It's quite prestigious. Since Kyler's had it, the prestige has risen. And as such, Austin wants to be the next Kyler, the next young guy to make it up to the main event scene. And he basically says that tonight's his opportunity. And he's going to make sure that he leaves 2018 as the Mexico champion. Alright, so there's that. And then basically we're going to do an angle after the main event. And it's going to be Kyler and Silver Tiger. And this one is going to set up a pay-per-view match for the Universal title between these two guys. So there we go. Alright, up next, we want to go with... What do we want to go with? I guess Laurenista. Hopefully tonight is her moment as well to win the Mujeres title. We then want an angle between Dos Phoenix. I'm pretty sure he can't speak, yeah. So basically it's just going to be Phoenix 4 coming out to celebrate. And then of course we're going to have the face turn here in this angle as they hug it out. Thus, reforming Dos Phoenix. But let's even write it down. So the reformation of DOS Phoenix. And I think that'll be kind of the end of that storyline. Although we might have another match between Cosmic Rider and DOS Phoenix in some sort of tag scenario. Okay, up next we need a... Well, we can basically do one more angle, so it's either Evil Inc. or El Mitico, and I think I want to go with Evil Inc. So let's have Scythe. And then we'll go Samael, Devious Dr. Fang, and Major Huanta. We can throw Hush in there as well. It's literally a full stable angle as they celebrate. So Menace, Menace, Entertainment, Entertainment, Entertainment. And we're going to lead them all with some success as well. And I do need to make sure that they're actually in the storyline together. Yep, okay, alright, that looks pretty good. Basically, that one's just the leader of Evil Inc. has been revealed. And we have our Scythe. Our Scythe, because he was with Summit Wrestling. And he's debuting, even though he does have a pre-show match up there. Alright, looks pretty good. Looks really good, I'm happy with that. Let's run the show. Start off with a 58C-, where we have Scythe and Hush defeating Northstar Jr. and Extranjero Loco in 10:01 when Scythe defeated Extranjero by pinfall with a chokeslam. And Scythe and Hush showed excellent chemistry when tag teaming together. So that's perfect. We have another tag team with great chemistry in Evil Inc. We have DDF and Samael. We then have Samael and Hush. And now we have Scythe and Hush as well. Pretty ridiculous. Anyway, good match. We also have Hush improving Rumble skills as well. We then go into a 58C-, where we have Tricolor, Huracan, and Amazing Firefly defeating the Juggernauts in 10:03 when Tricolor defeated Alejandro Ortega by pinfall with a Fisherman Suplex. We also have Tricolor Jr. improving in performance skills. We then go into a 61C for the women's pre-show match. Hellcat Hernandez and Francisca Marcos defeating Pinky Perez and Velvet Suarez in 10:28 when Hellcat defeated Pinky by pinfall while using the ropes for leverage. And we also have Francisca improving in performance skills as well, so perfect. Exactly what we want from her. And the final pre-show match, a 58C-, where we have Dragon Americano defeating Phoenix 4 in 11:53 by submission. And I am going to change his finisher, so I need to try and remember to do that. And it's going to be called the Patriot Lock, which was a suggestion from one of you guys in the comments down below. Alright, so we start the show off with a 49D+, not the greatest angle from Lauren Easter. I kind of hoped for a C- from her. But then at the same time, it's not too bad. The match itself, a lot better. We get a 59C, where we have Queen Amazon defeating Lauren Easter in 13:19 by 2 straight falls, with the final fall happening by pinfall with an Amazonian powerbomb. Queen Amazon making defense number 4 of her Campeonato de las Mujeres title. And they actually had very, very similar in-ring performances. 54 for Queen Amazon and a 53 for Lauren Easter there. Yeah, defense number 4 for Queen Amazon. Almost as dominant as Mystery Pink. We then go straight into a 70C+ match, where we have Felipe Caballero defeating Blue Phantom in 2014 by 2 straight falls, with the final fall happening by pinfall with a Caballero drop following interference from Seth Whitehead. And yeah, Felipe and Blue Phantom have great chemistry together. So that's good. Happy with that. So we know we've got a solid singles match between these two. And they are actually going to have another match at the next pay-per-view. Like I said, with the Seth Whitehead interference, what we're going to do is have a match between those two on the next Battala Eterna. So Blue Phantom, Seth Whitehead, one-on-one singles match. And maybe Blue Phantom will get some revenge. No improvements. Moving on to a 55C-, where we have Phoenix 3 finally defeating Cosmic Rider in 12:25 by pinfall with a high-velocity leg drop. Yeah, no improvements, but that is the catalyst for a 57C- rated angle, where we do have the reformation of DOS Phoenix, Phoenix 3, Phoenix 4, and we have the face turn of Phoenix 3. So there we go. DOS Phoenix reunited. Moving into the trios match, where we get a 66C+, and we have Evil Incorporated defeating Heroes and Boom Boom Jamaica and the Puerto Rican Boys, the Caribbean Connection. In 1941, the order of elimination was Boom Boom Jamaica and the Puerto Rican Boys first, and then Heroes. During the match, we also had Scythe run in and attack Flores. Samael the Accuser and Absolute Power make defense number 3 of their Campeonato de Trios Ole titles. Yeah, really good match. Nice solid C+ there. That's really going to help out the Puerto Rican Boys as well. And again, it's sort of continuing the Evil Inc. versus Heroes stable as well. We also have improvements for Kid San Juan and Devious Dr. Fang, who are both improving in performance skills. And then Angel of Mercy is improving in Rumble. Moving into the post-match angle, getting a 68C+, where we have the leader finally being revealed of Evil Incorporated. And of course, it is the debuting Scythe, who is going to have a match. Well, we'll pre-book it in at the next Battala Eterna. And that is the sort of first big match for Scythe taking on Marcos Flores at the next pay-per-view. Good stuff. Forgot to put Scythe into a storyline, but that's fine. We then go straight into a 76B-, the return of their rivalry, where we have El Mitico Jr. defeating Ernest Youngman in 1950 by 2 straight falls, with the final fall happening by pinfall with a Northern Lights suplex. Really good stuff. This storyline, this rivalry they've had is money, basically. It's gonna equal a lot of good ratings. This is the first of many times these guys are probably gonna verse each other, along with Kyler in there as well. Of course, Kyler and Ernest, they've got a bit of a storied rivalry themselves. So looking for big things to happen there. Moving on to a 66C+ from Austin this time. So I think his promos have been gradually getting better. I think he started off on a C- for his first one, then a C, and now up to a 66C+. So I'm happy with that. And then we have a 73B-, where we have Austin Smooth defeating Kyler Adams in 1934 by 2 straight falls, with the final fall happening by submission with a smooth hold. And we have Austin Smooth winning the Campeonato del Mexico title. Really good match, considering we actually kept Kyler strong. Still a 73. And of course, we have a 73 in-ring there from Kyler. And a 61 from Austin's not too shabby either. No improvements. Moving on to a 100A star angle with Silver Tiger Both of our announcers were pretty weak, so that's how strong. That's literally the strongest 100A star possible from our boy Silver Tiger. The match itself getting an 84 B+, really good stuff. I'm happy with that. I was hoping maybe for an 89A, but that's good enough in my eyes. And we finally have Silver Tiger defeating El Critico in a cage match in 25-11 by pinfall with a Silver Tiger driver. Silver Tiger wins the Campeonato D Universal title only. 79 in-ring there from El Critico, and then an 83 from Silver Tiger. So we made the right decision. I love El Critico. He was a really good champion. Really solid. And just improving all the time, really. And he's still improving. Still improving. El Critico improving in both technical and performance skills as a result. Really good stuff from him. And then finally, we get another 100 A-star rated angle. This time, both Kyler and Silver Tiger rated on entertainment. And of course, this is going to set up their match. So basically, Kyler comes out, says that, Silver Tiger beat him in a match on Batalo Turner. That then gave Silver Tiger a title match for the Mexico title. And in that match, Kyler defeated the odds, pinned Silver Tiger, retained his title, and since then, there is nothing that Kyler can think of more than becoming the Universal Champion. Hence why tonight, he took his eyes off of... he didn't take Austin seriously. He didn't really care about that match. All he wants to do is reach the very top. And now that Silver Tiger is the champion, Kyler believes that he is owed a title match. And we're going to have to wait and see what happens on the coming TV shows. But that's a pretty good way to end Venganza. Alright, so we get a 78B. Probably should have been a little bit better. Apparently we got penalized for using Island Boy and Kid San Juan too much, which I probably should have changed. I did say that I was going to do that. Anyway, we need to praise a few people. And there are a few people with some morale issues. I think Extranjero, I'm pretty sure he has morale issues. Then I'm trying to think who else, because off the top of my head, I can't really think of who else has any issues. Possibly... yeah, I don't know. I actually don't know. Maybe Cosmic Rider? I'll praise him anyway, just because. And then finally, let's go with El Critico. Just because, he's a pretty important member of our roster. And I'm definitely a fan of his since he became champion from Nicolas Lopez. Alright, so the pay-per-view buy rate getting a 0.15, which I believe is much higher than our last one. And we're actually over 4 million for this month, which is big. Very big. Pay-per-view revenue up $100,000. And then ticket sales are up a massive amount as well. And we actually have one more TV show left as well to book straight away. I should have praised Lopez. That's my bad. I just couldn't think of who else had the morale issues. Alright, so Mobstar brightening the mood backstage as well. Taking us up to a 94% backstage rating. Despite having 4 negative influences on the roster as well. Alright, we're going to rib Hurricane, but unfortunately, no effect. Let's book a generic venue, and we are going to... Well, first of all, let's pre-book in this match, which is Blue Phantom and Seth Whitehead. We are indeed going to give Blue Phantom the victory, and unfortunately, Felipe will be banned from ringside for this match. Hence the victory there for Phantom. What else do we want to do? We want to have... Let's have a tag team match, and let's go with the Eternal Kings, and they're going to take on the team of the Silent Accusers. Going to be for the Parijas titles. I'm wondering if we can put Scythe onto color commentary. We actually can. Okay, I like that. Give Lopez the victory there as well. Perfect. The main event. Now, the main event is a interesting scenario. But first, I want to have a look at popularity. Let's check Silver Tiger first of all. After winning the title. Up to a 78B in northern Mexico. He's up 6 points in that region. Up to a 73B minus there in West Central as well. Crazy. Absolutely crazy stuff, but I'm so happy we kept him. Let's check El Critico. Because obviously there's a chance that he might have lost some popularity. But he hasn't. He hasn't lost anything. So I'm pretty happy that he hasn't actually lost any popularity. And then the big one is Kyler. And he's actually up popularity. Up to a 61C for this month. So I'm thinking that it probably wasn't a bad loss for him in that match. Now, in regards to the main event, I feel like I want to do a match that I was pretty much going to do for the pay-per-view. And that was Kyler taking on Labyrinto Jr. This was supposed to be Kyler's match. Unfortunately, Labyrinto's really bad. He's got really bad stamina because of his age. So I'm thinking, I guess we won't make it the main event. But we are going to have Kyler beat him anyway. Adding a little bit more credibility to Kyler. Then in the main event, we want to have... Well, we need a strong face for El Critico to take on. And I think El Mitico versus El Critico could be a really, really good match. And we've never actually done a singles match between the two. So let's just go with that. El Critico is going to get the victory. But I really like that. I really like that. What about... Can we make Ernest color commentator? 41? I mean, kind of. Not exactly great. I guess we'll do it. We'll do it for the main event. Then we want to have a trios match here as well. Let's go Cosmic Rider, Dragon Americano, and Silver Tiger to take on Amazing Firefly and the Puerto Rican boys. Just a nice, easy 10-minute match. We'll give Cosmic Rider the victory as well. Perfect. Okay. All right, let's do angles. So I want to start off with an El Critico angle. That's going to be pre-main event. Then I want a Blue Phantom angle as well. We can actually let's put in Felipe and Seth. And then we'll go Scythe on Marcos. And that can go before the Silent Accusers. And then finally, to start off the show, we're actually going to go with Kyla confronting Silver Tiger. That looks pretty good. Okay. Actually, let's do... Let me change that. I just want to have Kyla in the first one, and then we're going to have both of them in the second one together. So that's Kyla addressing Silver Tiger before his match. And then Silver Tiger's going to re-emerge after his match, before Kyla's match, to confront Kyla. And he's going to do it face to face. And we're actually going to get that match booked in for the next pay-per-view. So that's going to go right there. We then want a women's match, so number one contenders match. Alright, so I think we'll go with... Well, essentially we want at least two faces in there. So it's going to be Dreamer, Francisca, and Pinky, I think. Yeah, we'll go Pinky. We'll give it 12 minutes as well. And I guess we'll leave it blank. I don't really mind who wins this match. And I think we can make it high spots as well. So that's going to go there. We'll also give... We'll give all three of them an angle together. So Dreamer, Francisca, and Pinky. All rated on success, of course. And then finally, we need one more match, I guess. Or we can't actually do that angle, maybe. Yeah, it's not going to work. Okay, well... I think we'll just get rid of the angle for the women. Not exactly that necessary. And we'll also make this a storytelling match. There we go. Let's do a couple of pre-shows. We'll do a pre-show tag. Let's go Angel of Mercy and Tricolor to take on Absolute Power. I mean, that's still continuing the feud. We got Heroes there up against Evil Inc. And we'll actually give Angel of Mercy the victory. Then we'll go a trios match. Let's have Boom Boom We need to re-add DOS Phoenix, but we'll go with Takashita and Yellow Flash. And they can take on Mystico, Slayer, and Mobster. Yep, that works. On the pre-show as well, we'll give Boom Boom the victory. And that can go there. Okay, perfect. Let's run the last show of 2018. Alright, here we go. So we start off with a 64C, where we have Boom Boom Jamaica, Takashita, and Yellow Flash defeating Mystico, Slayer, and Mobster in 1019 when Boom Boom defeated Slayer by pinfall with a Drop the Boom. Good match. We also have Mobster and Mystico improving, but Mobster in technical and then Mystico in performance. And the second pre-show match, doing a pretty good rating there, 71C+. We have Angel of Mercy and Tricolor Jr. defeating Absolute Power in 1010, when Angel of Mercy defeated Devious Dr. Fang by pinfall with a Mercy of God. Yeah, just a really solid pre-show match with with one member of Heroes taking on the tag team of Evil Incorporated. We also have Tricolor Jr. improving in performance as well. Alright, so we start the show off. I forgot to unscript him. But anyway, Tyler's Angle starting off the show, again addressing his challenge to Silver Tiger for the Universal title, getting us a 97 A-star. Again, probably would have been a 100 had I not scripted it. We then go straight into a 69C+ trios match, including Silver Tiger. And we have Cosmic Rider, Dragon Americano, and Silver Tiger defeating Amazing Firefly and the Puerto Rican Boys in 12-23, when Cosmic Rider defeated Kid San Juan by submission with a gravitational pull. And then, yeah, Silver Tiger being head and shoulders above everyone else. We also have Cosmic Rider and Silver Tiger both improving in Rumble skills as a result. We then go into Silver Tiger's rebuttal. This angle getting a 100A star, where we have both Silver Tiger and Kyler in the angle together. Yeah, basically Silver Tiger accepts his challenge, says, you know, you got that victory against me, retaining your title that you used to have, that you no longer have. And I guess, you know, it would be right for me to return the favor and to give you an opportunity to win my fresh, new Universal title. So at Punto Santificado, we are going to have a 2 out of 3 falls match. And it is going to be Silver Tiger, the champion, taking on Kyler Adams, the challenger, with the Universal title on the line. And I'm looking forward to that match. Okay, moving on to Kyler's match, which gets a 75B-, where we have Kyler Adams defeating Labyrinto Jr. in 11:48 by pinfall with a K-trigger. Just a really solid match there. 77 in-ring for Kyler. So it's getting up there. It's almost at Silver Tiger and El Critico's level, which is good to see. Moving on to the Women's Triple Threat number 1 contenders match, getting a 71C+, so 1 point away from a B-. And we have Electric Dreamer defeating Francisca Marcos and Pinky Perez in 12:10, when Dreamer defeated Pinky by pinfall with an electric blue bomb. And our new number 1 contender is Miss Electric Dreamer. Alright, so we'll get that one booked in as well. Where is she? Queen Amazon. Take on Electric Dreamer. Another opportunity for Dreamer to get her hands on the Mujeres title. Any improvements? We have Pinky improving in performance skills, so good for her. Good for her. Moving on. Oh, okay. We also had Pinky Perez debut a new spot that showcased her athletic ability, and her psychology will be helped by using it as a go-to spot in the future. Alright, so we go into a 79B, where we have Scythe challenging Marcos Flores to a match, and basically him saying that he's the most dominant member to ever come out of Evil Incorporated. And from now on, you know, he is the mastermind behind everything that is going to go on. You know, they're coming for the Eternal Kings. They're coming for the Heroes stable. And he basically says that, you know, he's the Deathbringer to all heroes. So we'll get that one pre-booked in there as well. Let's actually have this one be a specialty match. Possibly, I think a tables match. We haven't done a tables match, so it's going to be a tables match between Scythe and Marcos Flores. Probably only going to be like a 10-minute match, maybe a 12-minute match. We'll see. We'll see how we go. Marcos Flores, obviously, not great. So, yeah, it'll be interesting. Anyway, pretty happy with it. We then go straight into a 69C match where we have the Eternal Kings defeating the Silent Accusers in 10-20 when Nicolas Lopez defeated Samael by pinfall with a Lopez Buster, and the Eternal Kings make defense number 4 of their Campeonatos de Parejas Oli titles. Yeah, pretty good match. I'm happy with a C+. It's kind of the reason why I didn't want to make it the main event. But overall, it's a good match continuing, you know, Heroes versus Evil Inc. And it's going to be further continued at the pay-per-view. Alright, we then go into a 62C, where we have Blue Phantom basically call out the Suffering, Felipe and Seth. And he says that tonight, you know, upper management has said that Felipe is banned from ringside. It's going to be no more shenanigans like there was at Venganza, and Seth is going to have to go it alone. Their match gets a 57C-, where we have Blue Phantom defeating Seth Whitehead in 10-14 by pinfall with a Phantom Cradle. And yeah, unfortunately these two just don't click together. Made for an awkward bout. Okay. So he's got good chemistry with Felipe, but negative chemistry with Seth. Good to know. Happy we did the match anyway. We then go into an 87B+ rated angle for El Critico in the pre-main event. And of course, he's taking on El Mitico. The main event getting an 82B, where we have El Critico defeating El Mitico Jr. in 2018 by pinfall with a critical mass. Yeah, just a good match. Solid 82B, 1 point away from a B+. Can't ask for anything more than that in a main event. In the show, we get an 84B+ rated show, which increases our popularity in 5 regions. Again, I'm assuming that our popularity is not going to go up in Puerto Rico. And I say that because the broadcast coverage is tiny. So, therefore, I think that it's probably not going to go up. Anyway, the TV rating for Batalla Eterna getting a 0.82. So, you know, it's doing well. Definitely up from where it was recently. And our popularity has gone up to a 53C- in northern and southeastern Mexico, which is really cool to see. Very happy. Still, you know, a relatively long way away from reaching national. But, you know, we're actually improving. We're still improving. So I'm happy about that. We're at 58 importance in West Central. And of course, we need 65 in all 3 regions. So it's going to be a while. Anyway, let's advance literally to the end of the year. There we go. We'll advance 5 days. We're going to do... Well, not only are we going to do the end of year roll, but I do want to have a look around the rest of the world. Basically, just the top companies. I want to have a pretty in-depth look at south of the border as well. Because, you know, they are our closest competition in regards to Mexico. I also got a pay rise request here from Pinky. So we'll give it that. Yeah, it might be worth having a look around as well. For some more talent. And of course, we also have to get our own dojo set up. I'm not sure if that'll be in this episode. Probably next episode. Alright, I'm looking forward to this end of year roll. Feels like a long time since we've done the last one. And, you know, I'm praying for star quality or a size increase, either one. Just to get that extra few points in star quality could be the difference between, you know, Kyler hitting a 100 A-star match. Alright, so we have a COT World Heavyweight title change. Of course, we still haven't brought in any titles yet. And yeah, Roderick Remus winning the World Heavyweight title for Mid-Atlantic Wrestling. Which is our company we own, so... Yeah, anyway, last month, December, we made $224,000 profit. Unfortunately, the worker cost is up about 50,000, give or take. The show cost also up. But that's a kind of a thing that happens when you go to cult. Both the marketing and the show costs do go up, as well as the miscellaneous down here. As you can see, it's actually double what it was for November. And yeah, we also got taxed pretty heavily as well, 56,000. But still, you know, we're coming out on top, so that's the most important thing. All right, so let me bring up the. There we go. Here is the Road to Glory thread over on Greydogsoftware forums, and we have our mystery box here. Let's roll. Let's roll. We've got the number generator here, 1 to 54. Please be something good. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Number 47. What is number 47? Okay, well that's kind of anticlimactic. A new beginning. You may choose to evolve your wrestling style to anything you want. Okay, well... What style do we even have for Kyler? I have absolutely no idea. He is a regular wrestler. Which I'm pretty fine with him staying. I mean, his brawling mat wrestling... I mean, what would I even make him? What is, let's have a look at Ernest Youngman. I mean, he's a regular wrestler as well. Do I just stay regular wrestler? I think we're just gonna stay. Yeah, that's a pretty annoying role to get. Bit of a nothing role. Anyway, doesn't matter too much. I was looking forward to it. You guys probably were as well. But it is what it is. Anyway. Now, the more important thing we want to do is have a look around the Seaverse and just, you know, familiarize ourselves with every other company that is the same level or above us. So we can actually start off with 21 CW. So they're in third in the rankings. They are only cult. But I'm assuming that their popularity yeah, as you can see, they got popularity across a number of different countries around the world. They got America, they've got Canada, they have a little bit of Australia there as well. And then, of course, their main two regions are England, or the UK, I should say. You got the UK, and then you got Europe down there as well. And they have pretty good popularity across all those regions as well. Now, if we have a look at their schedule, we can see the events and TV deals, the pay-per-view carriers they have. They got My Select USA, Premier Pay, UK TV, the Bloke channel, which is Australian, I'm pretty sure. And then they have V Corp there as well. And for their TV show, they're on Euro Cable Sports 4 with a very low minimum quality. Interesting. I mean, if we look at their roster, let's have a look at their main eventers. Alright, so we got this guy, Adam Matravers. Pretty good popularity across every region. Alright, up next we've got Buff Martinez. I'm actually pretty familiar with him. I've seen him around quite a bit. Yeah, he's relatively good as well. Not as popular in every region as the previous guy. DJ Reason, who is their world champion, I guess. Again, not as over as some of the other guys, but very over in the UK itself. They got Edward Cornell, obviously the younger brother of Tommy. Not as good as Tommy, but obviously he's also very good. Having that last name, you would kind of expect nothing less. Going down, JB Cash. Yeah, he's pretty over as well. I mean, they have a big roster, so they have a lot of... I mean, this guy's over. Yeah, big roster, so a lot of main eventers here. This guy's relatively young, 33 years old. Definitely not as over. But probably has the potential to get there. Rolling Johnny Stones. Interesting. And then we'll go down to Tommy. Try and negotiate with him. But as you can see, there's a reason why he's arguably, well, he's probably not the best in the game anymore. But, you know, there's a reason why the Cornell verse is named after him. And then finally, 26-year-old War Machine, who is a very talented big man by the looks of it. And again, he's relatively over, so pretty interesting to see a 26-year-old there. Let us have a look at some other companies. Let's go south of the border next. And then I think we'll do TCW and the SWF as well. Don't really need to do north of the border. Don't really need to do US Pro. If you've ever played the Seaverse, you know exactly what US Pro is doing. They're on their own broadcaster, which is Reverie, however you want to say it. And basically, their shows don't ever really gain popularity, from what I can tell. They just stay very much the same. Anyway, we pretty much know the channels that south of the border are on. So they do have a B show, then they have their two main A shows, which I believe are on different channels. So Television is on America Sports 1, and then Lucha Libre is on Canal Uno. So they got two different channels there. Pretty interesting. Canal Uno there for their B show as well. And then, if we look at their size, it's going to be pretty hard to beat. Let's be real. They got 88 B+ in all three regions of Mexico. And then they have an 83 B+ in all the regions of the USA. Probably more popular than any American companies are as well, which is just crazy, to be honest. So yeah, they are currently national, and I'm assuming they're pretty close Oh, actually, not really. So to go international, they would need to venture out of or into another country, basically. And I assume Canada would be their best option. So you need to be cult in 3 other game regions. So that means they would need to get cult in Canada or any other region apart from the US and Mexico. So, well, actually, they need 3 other game areas. So they would need Canada and then another region on top of that. Which you kind of wouldn't expect south of the border to do because of their broadcasting deals. So that's pretty interesting. Obviously, if you took them over yourself, it would be pretty easy to get a deal that had coverage in different regions. So yeah, that one's pretty interesting. I mean, if we look at their roster, I mean, it's all pretty self-explanatory. I mean, this guy, for example, Capital Brazil, lower mid-carder, and I mean, if he came into our company, he would be a main eventer pretty much straight away. So that does kind of show you the gulf in class between the 2 companies. I mean, Champagne Lover, who is the number 1 in the Power 500. Not the best wrestler in the game, but obviously the star quality, incredible on the microphone. 100 star there for his face gimmick. Figurehead of the company. And then if we look at his popularity, you can see why. It's actually down from where it was the last time we looked. He had 100 stars across the board in the US and Mexico. But that's one of the reasons why they're so successful. He's also only 37 years old, which is crazy. Going down, they've got guys like Dr. Rudo, 29 years old. Pretty incredible, if we're being real. Not as over as you would think he is, but again, he's only a mid-carder. And he's arguably as good, if not better, than pretty much all of our talent. So it's a tough one to look at. I'd love to get some of their talent that they don't re-sign. I'm pretty sure Extraordinario Jr. used to work for Ole. Yeah, so in May, he was snapped up by south of the border. And he's pretty decent as well, as you can see. If he stayed with Ole, he would be a top star, probably more so than Silver Tiger. And he's also only 30 years old, so similar thing with Gina Montero, just down here. Massive star for Ole. And, I mean, he would be our figurehead without a shadow of a doubt if he was still with the company. A little bit sad, but again, you know, he's just a mid-carder for south of the border. We would push him to the moon, absolutely. But it's not to be. It's not to be. This is another one. Hio del Mephisto. Another incredible talent that Ole has at the start of the game. Getting snapped up in April, which is crazy. And of course, he had quite a few appearances. I'm assuming he was... can we see his match history in 2016? Yeah, so he was actually the Confederation of the Territories World Heavyweight Champion. As you can see there. And it looks like he made quite a few defenses there. And then... yeah, I guess he... well, he was actually a dual champion. That's pretty impressive. He had both belts, and then I guess south of the border took him. Alright, well, that goes to show how good some of the talent we could have had in the company is, or was. La Sombra Jr., another one, starts the game off at Ole. Not as good, but he is usually the tag team partner for Cosmic Rider. And as you can see, he's only an opener with D+ popularity for south of the border. Mr. Lucha 3, probably the final guy that really stands out, that gets taken from Ole. Absolute beast, absolute workhorse as well. 98 A-star, stamina, top flashiness. I mean, if we had all these guys, I think we could probably become a national company relatively easily, because our main events would be A's. They'd be A's. Pretty easy as well. And then you throw in a guy like Kyler Adams. I mean, not only do they have the best Mexican talent, but it looks like they've taken some of the best American talent as well. They got Remo Richardson, who is also incredible. And as you can see, 90A popularity across every region, even Canada, which isn't shown on South of the Border TV. They got Rich Money, again, another guy, super popular. Pretty old now, but super good as well. And then finally, Rick Law, another American, super talented. And as you guessed it, also super over. 94 A's in America, 92s, 94 in Mexico, 92s in America, and then 88s in Canada there as well. Pretty ridiculous. Pretty ridiculous. I mean, the fact of the matter is, they literally don't even need those talents. They can rely on Mexican talent because they don't really compete with anyone except for themselves. So it's a very strange company in that regard. Anyway, let's have a look at TCW. Sammy Back, still the figurehead. And unfortunately, Squeaky McClean is still the booker. And he is the guy that beat us out when we applied for the TCW job prior to applying for the Ole job. So, there you go. They got American Patriot, which is interesting. That is Bulldozer Brandon Smith. Looks like he's doing pretty well there. Happy for him. We'll go down their roster a little bit, see if anyone stands out. Obviously, Frantic Ali coming in as a mid-carder. Seems like he's doing pretty well. Greg Gage, I mean, he's a guy I would like to sign for Ole. Could easily put on some incredible matches with Kyler. Yeah, that'd be an interesting one. And as you can see, he's actually really over in Japan as well. J Cord, let's see how he's doing. I mean, he's another one. Like, we would elevate ourselves with these types of guys, but I'm assuming when their contracts are actually up, every company in the game is probably trying to sign these guys on written deals. How is Killer Shark doing? I've always had a soft spot for Killer Shark. And to be fair, he's actually done pretty well. Up to a 79B for his psychology. Which is quite hard to get it up to. This guy looks interesting. Alright, Mighty Mo, upper mid-carder. Always one of my favourites as well. And it looks like he's done well for himself. Yeah. Solid C's across the board in North America. And then let's have a look at Sammy Back. 98 A-star quality. Star quality. Only 87s across the board for his popularity in North America. Number 22 in the Power 500 this year, though. And there we go. Let's have a look at Troy Tornado. Can always be a pretty good option as well. 80Bs in North America. And the final company we'll have a look at before we end the episode, the SWF, Supreme Wrestling Federation. Aaron Andrews, 98 A-star psychology. Ridiculous. And he's not even that over. In my TCW series on the channel, we actually had him at about an A when he was our world champion. I would like to sign him though. He's got very good 79B popularity in Mexico. Interesting. Bear Bukowski. A mid-carder. Hollywood Brett Starr. Still only a mid-carder. Kind of expect him to do a bit better than that. So that's interesting. Jake Idle. Lower mid-card. He's a guy a lot of guys are probably familiar with in the regional area of Seaverse. Mikey Lau. I mean, he's also an incredible talent when it comes to his ability, but still only a mid-carder for the SWF. The Bumfoals, I guess they're still champions, tag team champions. You got Randy here, who I think is the worst of the two. Ooh, Remy Sky as well. Only a lower mid-carder. You would think that they'd push him a bit harder than that. Okay. Rocky Golden. Didn't he used to be with South of the Border? No. Okay, just went straight to SWF. Interesting. 100 A star quality. Pretty much a figurehead wherever he goes. Still only 35 years old as well. Skull to Bones. Still wrestling. Okay. Good for him. What's his pop? Still a pretty solid B+. Okay. I always wanted to get him in as the leader of Evil Incorporated. But unfortunately, I don't think that's ever going to happen. Ooh, Wolf Hawkins also leaving TCW for SWF. That just makes me sad. For good reason, though. I mean, he's got A's across the board as well. Still makes me sad, though. And then we've got Zimmy Bumfoal as well, who is definitely the better of the two brothers. And unfortunately, he's only about as popular, so doesn't really matter too much. Anyway, there we go. Let's have a look at the schedule here as well. So they do have a B show, Slam Zone, which is on CBA, which I assume isn't a very good channel, only requiring a 20 minimum quality. However, their A show requires a 68, but I'm guessing that they do better than that all the time anyway. What's their top 100? Their top 100 is a Supreme TV, getting a 91A. And their top matches of all time, they have not even reached a 99A star. Their best is a 98 when Aaron Andrews went to a no contest with Joey Morgan. Wow, okay. Interesting. And that's pretty much going to be it for this episode, guys. Hopefully you have enjoyed. Hopefully you enjoyed me having a bit of a look around at some different companies, especially companies we're probably going to be competing with in terms of signings, and then maybe even national battles in the future if we do get to that point. Anyway, if you could smash a like, it'd be much appreciated for the series. Help the channel out. Make sure you stay subscribed as well. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscription button, turn on the notification bell. And as always, guys, apart from that, take it easy, and I hope you enjoy the end of Stat Screen.